Hello, everyone. Today we will be looking at my very first soldering iron. This thing, I it was my very first soldering iron and was featured in a few of my videos, such as repairing the DC barrel jack of a battery charger and attempting to fix my broken calculator. And it served me very well for probably something like at least 7 months. But then, as I was working on something, I need a flashlight to see this. A little crack had formed in the rubber right there, and and it and it did something like this when I was soldering, and I immediately unplugged it and turned it off. So that's that. And also made the little temperature adjustment knob pop out, and that's the little potentiometer down in that hole, if you can see. And I use a different soldering iron now, which is which has way better temperature control. You can actually set it to some lower temperatures. It has a power switch, and it has a much longer cable. So we are going to take this thing apart to see what's inside a soldering iron. The first thing, I'm going to unscrew this little thing over here, which gives access to the soldering iron tip, which is replaceable. And that's about it for the section, apart from its very rusted or corroded sleeve thing. We can go further, though. So let's unscrew this little collar thing. And we have this weird ceramic stick. And we can pull it out now. So that is the circuit board inside of the soldering iron. So it looks like we have a potentiometer. This transistor, I'm not sure what the purpose of it is. They got a diode, an LED, some resistors. I would like to know what sort of circuit this thing is, and I want to try and see if I can reverse engineer it. Reverse engineering is now complete. Let's have a squiz at the schematic. So, what's going on here is that L and N are in reference to the corresponding L and N silkscreen marks on the board. They probably stand for live and neutral, but I don't really know why they use that, because they used an unpolarized plug. Because in the US we have polarized plugs where one pin is larger than the other, and so you can't stick it in the wrong way. So pin L goes to the negative pin of this red LED, and then it goes through a 68 kilo ohm resistor to a triac, which is a silicon switch that is best fit for controlling AC. This right over here, the triacs are typically used in dimmer switches for their ability to be switched on much faster than a relay. On the other side, the triac goes to this little Zener diode. Well, if it's a Zener diode, then I have to add the little symbols to it indicating that it's a Zener. These little wing things. And it's got this 100 nanofarad capacitor, which I think is supposed to be a capacitive dropper for the LED. Then there's a 10K, and then a potentiometer, which I think is, let me see, that is a 500 kilo ohm potentiometer, I think. Yeah, or is it 50 kilo ohm? Yeah, it's 500 kilo ohm. Goes to this 500 kilo ohm potentiometer, which goes to neutral. I think this somehow oscillates to create an adjustable duty cycle that is fed into this into the heating element, the main long ceramic stick, to produce the varying temperatures. And it definitely does work, but it's kind of fiddly to deal with. This soldering iron almost certainly uses a very different schematic, but I'm not going to take this one apart because I don't even know how. Uh, and the triac, it's just it doesn't really have any sort of pins. It's got a weird symbol. It doesn't really come up too much in electronics because it has only some very few niche applications such as dimmer switches. Uh, but it is a relatively versatile component, and it's this little package right here. It is a BT136S component. Look that up on the datasheet website. And this heating element, well, you might notice that it's turned black over here. It's because I used a copper tip, and after just one run, the this part of the ceramic turned black because of the formation of copper oxide that had developed on the part and then transferred over to the ceramic heater. That's about it.